Hi, Matt Yonkovit here, CXO at Percona, with another Yonk quick hit. Wanted to take a moment to let people know a little bit about Percona, who we are, what we stand for, and how we came to be. Many of you may not have heard of Percona before. Maybe you came to this conference because you saw an advertisement, you might have heard about it, you were interested in open source databases, maybe a friend referred you. So let me take a few minutes to talk to you about Percona. Percona was founded in 2006 by X-MySQL employees Peter Zaitsev and Vadim Tichenko. Peter and Vadim were actually on the performance engineering team at MySQL and responsible for making MySQL scale, making sure that it was available and it could meet customers' needs. Over their time at MySQL, they felt MySQL got a little too corporate and more focused on shareholder value and sales than what really mattered for their customers. And so they started Percona as an alternative to the big enterprises, somebody to keep those enterprises honest and call BS on them if need be. Percona has over 14 years of experience focused on open source databases, making open source databases faster, more scalable, and more secure. While Percona was founded starting to look just at MySQL, they evolved not only from MySQL, but also to Postgres, MongoDB, and MariaDB. We're not only experts in performance, though, we're also experts in open source database in general. But Peter and Vadim did write a book on performance, the MySQL High Performance book. Now, Percona is really committed to making sure that open source software has the features and the functionality that you need to make sure that it can run optimally on any environment, on the most popular platforms in the most popular ways, right? So we are committed to bringing the best of what's out there in the open source space, making it accessible, making it easy to deploy, and enabling users to avoid vendor lock-in. We then take that software and those services and continually adapt it based on what the ever-evolving needs of the community are. Now, we've been trusted by not only startups and web companies, but also large Fortune 500 firms as well. And so a lot of companies trust us to help them navigate the complexity that is the modern open source database world. Now, I like to call us modern day influencers. Currently, our blog has actually over 300,000 readers per month. Our tools have been used billions of times. Our conferences, like the one you're attending here, have been attended by thousands of attendees. And some of the world's largest companies and most respected companies present at these conferences. We've been doing this for a really long time. Percona software has also been downloaded hundreds of thousands of times a month, and Percona software is installed on millions of servers. Now, when we talk about Percona software and Percona's products, let me differentiate those a little bit. Our goal is to run the best open source database software on the most popular platforms and make sure that customers get all the features and functionality they need. And this includes MySQL, Postgres, MariaDB, and MongoDB, and enabling people to run not only on-prem, but on the cloud in a multi-cloud environment or hybrid. Whether you're using Docker, OpenShift, Kubernetes, Pivotal, we help companies achieve more with their tech stacks when they're surrounded by the open source databases. Now, how we build it, and this is important, whether it is MySQL, Mongo, Postgres, or any of our software, we start with what's already great out in the community space. And for MySQL, for instance, in this example, that's MySQL Community Server. We have customers who find issues that occur that they haven't been able to get fixed, or maybe only occur in their environment under certain workloads. We fix those critical bug fixes and we push them back upstream to the upstream vendor, but we also include them in our Percona server releases. We then find issues that prevent scalability and prevent performance, and we include those to make a more performant version of MySQL. Then we take enterprise versions, a lot around security, a lot around things that would normally be behind a paywall, and we make MySQL more secure, more available, have more features, more visibility, observability. And then we find the best out there in the open source space, and we include that as well. We take all those components, we mix them all together, and then we test it with an enterprise level of QA, and we release that as Percona software. So not only do you get what is great about MySQL, but you get an enhanced version. What's more is the enhanced version is 100% in the free space, and there is no vendor lock-in. If you decide not to, engage with us in a paid relationship, you can still use it. You don't have to change out your software. Now, we have the distribution for MongoDB, which we talked about in my keynote. We've also got our Percona distribution for Postgres. These are where we take the best of what's out in the open source space and make it easier to use and bundle them together to work together. We also have Percona Server for MySQL. Percona Server for MySQL is just what I described, a better, more enhanced version of MySQL. It's actually the most advanced MySQL that you can get in the pure open source space. You have to pay for something that has more features and functionality. We also distribute Percona XtraDB Cluster, which is our high availability solution for MySQL. It's the oldest and most respected and most widely deployed clustering solution for MySQL. It's trusted by thousands of customers worldwide. We also produce tools to help people manage their environments better. Percona Toolkit has been used billions of times. It's like your DBA Swiss Army knife. Extra Backup helps back up MySQL. And of course, Percona Monitoring and Management. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. All of these are 100% open and free and can be downloaded and used without any sort of licensing from us. Now, these services, or these are backed, the software is backed by our services, right? They're backed by experts. So if you do want, a little bit more help, you can pay us for support, professional services, managed services. However you need or want to engage with us, you have that. Or you just use the software on your own. And if you need help, there's lots of people in the community who can help as well. Now, I mentioned we were going to talk a little bit about Percona Monitoring and Management. Now, we just launched version 2.6. Now, what we found was that many companies are running multiple database engines, multiple platforms and providers. They're trying to go cross data center. They've got thousands of databases to manage. And of course, there's always higher performance and scalability expectations. And the complexity is really becoming the new normal in this environment. So we built Percona Monitoring and Management to help with this, to not only optimize database performance across all those different platforms, but improve data security and reduce the complexity and simplify management of these complex environments. So whether you're trying to optimize performance, we have query analytics and metrics to help monitor that, or you're trying to ensure data security, we have things to help find those bottlenecks and those issues. And if you're trying to reduce the complexity, we also have this tool that helps pull all of this information, all of these disparate systems into one environment and one view. And in 2.6, as I mentioned earlier, right, we've given you the ability to enhance your annotations, advise on your Docker or your cloud native deployments, visualize your database deployments across the globe, provide more functionality around both Postgres and MongoDB. And we've also included our new security enhancement tool. Thank you for listening, and we hope you're enjoying the show. And hopefully now you know a little bit more about Percona.